I don't even know how to what to think about that anymore because on one hand, the guy has not. I mean, he just got back in after missing 5 games, so it's hard to impress when you're not getting into the lineup. But he's put on a line with Lomberg and Rooney.
Yeah.
And then near the end of the game in the third period, he was bumped up to a third line and kind of gets some opportunity there. You want him to shoot and you want him to get some points and you want him to be better, but he doesn't get enough ice time to do it. But then you give him ice time and he still doesn't do it. I just wonder what they played 36 games. So whatever the math is, heading towards the deadline. What's the Kuzmenko project? What do you do with this guy? Do you try and put him in a position to succeed? Because you've seen him put up points as a Calgary Flame. Last year, he was a somewhat impactful guy, albeit probably more in the power play than anything else. But does it not behoove the coach as far as winning, the GM as far as turning him into assets to get this guy involved moving forward?
They tried. I mean, they gave it, 2.5 months, didn't they? Yeah, that's the problem, is that it isn't a lack of opportunity. They moved him around all over. They've had him on PP1. He's had considerable minutes, and it's just, if he ain't scoring, the rest is just empty calories. He doesn't defend. He's not physical. He doesn't move his feet. I'm wondering at this point if he's not back to the K this summer. Like, you've seen him thrive in one scenario and be miserable in another. Where he's thrived is on teams that are way out of it, that aren't playing for anything. That was a lost season under Boudreau in Vancouver, and the tail end of a season you knew they were missing the playoffs in Calgary. Where he struggled is when coaches have wanted structure and are flirting with playoffs. And I'm probably oversimplifying, but he couldn't play for Rick Tocchet, and he's not playing for Huska when it matters. Like, is that an asset in the NHL, or is that like we'll bring him in on a PTO to see if he wants to make this team out of camp? Like, I still thought the floor for this guy was 25, 30 goals, but you can't even get in the top 9 until you're shut out through 40.
And I don't know how to, because again, it's a quandary. I don't know whether you commend Huska for it, because here's a coach who obviously his only mandate is to win. He can't be thinking about spinning for assets or any of that. He's got to win. That's what he's judged by. And you are starved for offensive ability. And this guy has some of the best on your team, even though we're not seeing it, but it's there. And he's like, no, I'm not putting up with everything else.
Yeah.
To keep this guy in the lineup for hopes and dreams, wishes and nuts or whatever the fuck it is. I'm not going to do it. You're going to sit. You're a healthy scratch tonight, even though I desperately need offense in my game right now. He won't do it.
Look, I mean, if you want to just get Kuzmenko to score, you could put him on the ice more, but it's clearly costing you at the other end, and you're clearly usurping somebody who plays with better structure than him in the lineup. So, Huska absolutely deserves a ton of credit for everything he's done. He's gotten the team, as we said, right off the top, better than the sum of its individual pieces. They win tonight. They're in a playoff spot. Like, what are we talking about? We're almost into the new year. How? And it's like, okay, well, they had some good goaltending. It's like, cool. But like, literally, how many defensemen on this team could make Florida, for example? Like, you've got 2.5 real NHL defensemen. You've got nobody that's going to score 30 goals, maybe Huberdeau. Like, Huska's done an incredible job of getting the most as he can out of this group that does not have a star. That just doesn't.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long-form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.